From Bentonville, Arkansas, this is Midwest Sports Saturday. Good morning. I'm Joey McWilliams. Glad you're watching today. Today's broadcast is presented by Elite Medical Billing Specialists, and we appreciate them. Friends of the channel, longtime friends of the channel, and Chris and Edie do a fantastic job and their entire staff. So Elite Medical Billing Specialists, we appreciate them. They're presenting today's broadcast here from Bentonville, the site of the 2024 Great American Conference Softball Tournament, and it's been here for a number of years. You might recognize that the sun is out right now, and we appreciate that. There's been some rain in the forecast today. We've had rain in the forecast, a little bit of rain for a couple of the games so far, but we've gotten them all in, and it's Championship Saturday, and we're going to get it in. Coach, I'll start right there because we're playing games on Saturday, and it's just one game.
Hey, one game. This game's been played before. We hit a semi and a final on the same day the last couple years, and rain's forced it, and obviously nothing we could do about it. But it's good to hopefully get the 3 days in and hopefully have a good window today to get this championship game in with no rain.
Let's talk a little softball then. Longtime coach for Southern Arkansas, Coach Anderson is in his 10th year with SAU, not 10th year overall. You have a few more years, on your resume, a few more years on your resume, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But today, the number 4 seed, and you make it into the championship game. So talk about that and being here once again.
Excited to be here. Like I said, we started before we left Magnolia. We wanted to come up here and go one game at a time and try to give ourselves a chance to play for a championship. And these girls have really battled. Started with a big win against Arkansas Tech. A good one-run game against Oklahoma Baptist yesterday, and now we got Southern Naz. So obviously we've played all these teams before, know what we're getting into, know that they're all quality teams here. So we just need to continue to score some runs. If we can score some runs and figure that out and pitch it well, then I think we give ourselves a chance. You
know, that's one of the things that Southern Arkansas perennially can say it does well. You have a good pitching staff year in and year out. You're able to score runs year in and year out. So it sounds like that's the formula.
Hey. And that usually equates to good to wins in softball games. So, like I said, it's something we want to. It starts in the circle for us with Brinson and Sid. They've been 2 big-time arms for us this year. Sid going on year 3 with us. Brinson is in her first year with us, and so anytime they're in the circle, we have a chance to win. So obviously starts there. Some of our shortcomings this year on some games that we've been on the wrong side of throughout the season has been, I think, more for our offense. Lost some 3-2 games, some 2-1 games, some things where we pitched it well enough to win and just couldn't find the runs for them. So far the last couple days we've been able to get some big hits with some big time home runs and some big time runs that have helped us to where we go out and we pitch it and we can win a game, and I think that's why we're here right now.
Let's stop with a big time home run, and you saw one of those. Reagan Dillon yesterday comes up top of the 7th inning and just blasted over the right center field fence. A big time hit.
Oh, it was huge, and she just missed at the AB before. She was early. Of course, they had went from Jones to Place, who's a totally different speed, and she was just early in that at-bat before. She caught off the end of the bat and kind of flew out deep to left. So I knew if she could just get on time that Buddha's going to give us a chance, and she got into one, and that thing spun out of here, and that was a big-time hit for us for sure.
You mentioned Brinson and Sid both. Brinson Rogers, the newcomer of the year in the Great American Conference this year. Talk about her play this season.
Hey, she's been big for us. Like I said, both of them has. Brinson's a big strikeout pitcher. Ball moves, big up pitch, has a lot of spin to it with enough speed, and she's going to get her strikeouts, and that's where she's been really helpful for us. Both of them have sub-2 ERAs, I'm pretty sure, and I mean, if you're giving up less than 2 runs a game, we should be in a position where we should win a game for you. So Brinson's been awesome. Sid's, like I said, in year 3 with us, been a big-time game pitcher, pitched us to a super regional last year, and so I think it's been something that's been really big for us, and it's the reason we're here. I mean, like I said, it's the reason we're here. I mean, because our offense has not always showed up, and they've kept us in games when it didn't. So
you mentioned that it's her 3rd year with the program. She's one of those pitchers, and you've had a few that feel like they've been there for a long time. Some of them have been there for like 4 or 5 years over the course of time, but it feels like that Sydney's been there for longer than 3 years. Just instrumental for you.
Oh, big time. And Sid's battles, and she always goes out and she always gives us a chance, and she's going to work hard, and even when her stuff's not sharp, she's going to work through it and try to find a way, and I know I'm always going to get just some heart and just some guts out of her, and that's all you can ask for.
I have you unofficially, so if Jacob Humphrey's watching this, I have him unofficially at 398 wins with Southern Arkansas as of right now coming into today's game. However, this is an unofficial number, 705 overall. Just recently crossed the 700-win plateau. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you. That just means I'm getting old, man. I've been doing it a long time, and I've been blessed with some really good players, and I think sometimes coaches get too much credit because we don't throw a pitch and we don't hit a single ball or anything like that, but I have been so blessed through the years with girls that are like-minded, and they want to kind of go out there and compete at a high level and get after it, and so I think that I've just been truly blessed and with some really good teams and good players.
Couple more questions as we're here with Coach Jason Anderson from Southern Arkansas. Championship Saturday, and we're here in Bentonville getting ready for the first pitch scheduled for noon. And if that happens, we should be able to get it in before rain if there is any today. So I keep speaking about that. I probably shouldn't. But, with you being there in the program, 10 years, you've been here on Championship Saturday many times, or Sunday as the case may be, whatever the case. In all of that, you all are the 4th seed this year. And I was visiting with some of the girls yesterday, and they know they're not, that's not a place they're used to being when they come in here and play in the tournaments. They feel like it's an underdog, and it's not something they're used to doing, but they've seemed to have relished the role.
Well, I think, like I said, there was a couple series this year that put us in that position where we went on the road and dropped some games, and I think they realized that what kind of team we have and what kind of group we have, and then when we're clicking on all cylinders, we're tough to beat, and that's what we came in here to do. We knew that after our last series was played in Durant, and we turned our focus to postseason, which is the GAC tournament, that it's a clean slate. Everybody's 0-0, seeds don't matter, you're in, so we're going to go there and play some softball, and if we show up, then we give ourselves a chance.
All right, I will ask you, I won't ask for state secrets, but I will ask you just briefly, one, what's it take to get today's victory? And I know, you don't want to give the whole game plan and all that, but tell us who we're going to see in the circle.
We're going to go with Ward. We're going to go with Ward game last game, so we're going to go with Ward this game. Obviously with Brinson more than likely in relief, but we're going to give Sid the ball and turn her loose and let her keep us in it. And if our offense can produce some runs for, I like our chances. We're going to have to score. Snoo hits. They got a really good pitcher, several good pitchers as well. So we're going to have to score some runs. We're going to have to keep them off the board because they're a really good softball team.
All right, Coach Jason Anderson, thank you very much, Coach, for the time this morning.
Y'all being here. Thanks for the coverage.
All right, success to you all, and we look forward to seeing you all. First pitch is at noon. Why don't you take that so you can go be with your team, and they're warming up and getting right now. So we're going to talk just a little bit about that. Let me say thanks again to Elite Medical Billing Specialists for being our sponsor here on our broadcast today. A live broadcast from Bentonville, Arkansas, the site of the Great American Conference Championship. And Midwest Sports Saturday in the spring, not something that we get to do as often as we'd like to. We'd like to be here a little bit more often, but we're ready for the fall as well, and we have some locations that we're going to get to this fall. Excited about our opportunities to be I'm sure we're going to get to be in Wichita, Kansas. That's going to be in November. We're also looking at Fulton, Missouri. Had a chance to visit the other day with the new head coach of the William Woods Owls. I say new head coach, it's a brand new program. Inaugural season coming up in 2024, and we're excited about getting to go up there. And also, I'll say this, we hope we get to make it. We're going to try to make Olathe as well, so that should be a lot of fun. Anyway, one other thing, programming note here on the channel as we are waiting for our other coach to get to come over here and be a part of the broadcast, because there are 2 teams that are playing today in the championship, not just Southern Arkansas. Southern Nazarene, the Crimson Storm, the 2 seed, is going to be in the championship game as well. We have a lot more of the football coaches coming in later May and then, of course, throughout the summer. We had to start a little bit earlier this year, trying to get as many of the coaches as we can, lots of Division II coaches, but also we're going to try to run the gamut in the NAIA and get all of the NAIA football coaches in. I know that's something we really enjoy, getting to visit with them, and so we have at least one this coming week, and then lots of softball and baseball yet to be broadcast in the first part of May, and then a few more coming up in the second part of the month. But please stick around, stay here on the channel. Come on in, Coach, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. You can join, be a member of the channel too, help us out, and we really appreciate that. So our other coach in the championship matchup today, Coach Brian Madden. Coach, thank you for stopping by and saying hi to us this morning.
No problem.
All right, I had a chance to see you. Yeah, you may want to hold that up there a little closer. I had a chance to see you when Southern Nazarene was in Durant taking on Southeastern. I was talking with Coach Scher that day, and you got away. I would love to have visited with you then. But now I'm even more excited to get to visit with you because it's a championship day.
For sure, this is awesome. This is what we do this for, right?
All right, Coach Brian Madden, who I have, and I say this unofficially, third year as the solo head coach, but you've shared the co-head coach title for a while. You've been in Bethany for a while. We'll just say that.
Yeah, 15. This is 15 years.
My goodness.
Worked under Coach Weber for 11, 12, and enjoyed every minute of that. Learned a lot from her. She's watching today, I know, and she's pumped for us.
She was always someone I enjoyed visiting with. Every time that you all would get here, she always had a smile, always had something nice to say, and I appreciated my time getting to visit with her. But let's talk about you and talk about the current team, the 2024 edition of the Crimson Storm. Number 2 seed, doesn't necessarily mean anything because you still have to go out and play the games to get to championship Saturday. You got a big win yesterday.
Thanks. Yeah, I know Harding's tough. I mean, they're fast. They got good pitching. Their defense is good. They stole a lot of run from us yesterday with great defensive plays, and we just had a great performance in the circle by Janie, and our defense also played very solid. So it was just a great game all around. Those are the games that are fun to coach.
Let's go there. Janie Worthington had a great day for you yesterday. She's had a good season.
Oh yeah. She came in from the transfer from North Texas, and she was one of the best pitchers in that conference, in the Division I conference. So we knew we had something special, with her. And last year she kind of, had to sit out a year. She kind of got her feet under her. This year you're seeing the true Janie Worthington, and she's a gamer.
Glad to get to see her. Well, Southern Nazarene, when they come in, and you may want to hold that mic just a little bit closer. There we go. When Southern Nazarene comes to Bentonville, and I've seen this year in and year out, there's always a good pitcher, somebody that's going to make her mark in the conference tournament.
Yeah, no, we compete. That's a staple of our program. We're going to compete no matter what. We've had good teams, we've had average teams, but they always come to compete. At this tournament, this is our goal. This is what we want to do. We want to win this tournament. We want to win the GAC championship. So it's a focal point in our program.
37 wins on the season as of right now, and I believe you, as in your time as the solo head coach there, I say that sounds a little weird, but with time sharing that honor with Coach Weber, though, I have you at 87 and 68. But 37 wins this year, and that's a big number because that's the most wins for the program since you all have become a Division II program.
That's right. Yeah. No, that's it's been a process. We just couldn't get over the hump of the 500 mark. It's hard to win 30 games in D2, for us and for everybody. But this year's team just kind of took it to the next level. They had a goal to have a winning record, to have to make that mark on the program, and they're just a team they've stayed together all year, which is very rare. They've stayed together through tough times and through good times, and they love each other. And I think that's the biggest key for us is they play together and they love each other.
Yesterday's game, of course, your win against Harding, semifinal matchup, 2-3 matchup, which is what you as a fan you kind of hope for, unless you're individually invested in a lower seeded team. But as a fan, you're hoping for those best, the ones that have risen over the course of the season. A big time win and a big time play from Liana Hashiki, and she's made her mark in Bentonville and etched another mark there with a 3-run home run that proved to be the game winner.
Now, Liana is something that we have complete faith in at SNU. I mean, she's been one of our best hitters of all time at SNU, and she, by her standards, she's not having the season she wants to have, but she's clutch in so many moments, and she's just one of the best hitters in the conference, bar none, I think.
I mentioned it yesterday. I'll just say this just to ask because there's always a Hawaii connection with your team. So I want to know then, how does that factor into the recruiting budget, and do you need someone to go with you the next time that you're scouting there?
I got to get out there pretty soon. We're running dry. We got to get another one. So yeah, I'll call you next time.
Okay, I would appreciate that. Today, first pitch scheduled for noon, and I'll let you get back to your team here in just a moment. First pitch scheduled for noon. I think we're going to avoid the rain again, which fantastic. We hope for that. What's it going to take to beat this Southern Arkansas team? I mean, this is a Coach Anderson squad. I mean, they're perennially playing late in the tournament.
Yeah, no, they're always here. SAU is always a perennial power for our conference, and it's something that we've always tried to get to that level with them. And it's going to take a great performance on the mound. Keeping their offense down, they can hit the ball. They have 1 through 9 can hit the ball at the ballpark. So we have to be able to keep them inside the yard and get the offense, and we have to put pressure on their defense. They got great pitching. We're not gonna have a ton of hits probably. We got to steal some bases, bunt, do some things different to get runs across.
Well, let me ask you this: no state secrets. I won't ask for that, but I would ask who we're going to see in the circle today.
Janie's going in the circle.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's I was curious. She had a great game yesterday. I mean, kept them to 1 run. So, all right. Well, we look forward to getting to see you out there, Coach Brian Madden. Thank you so much for taking time with us today. God bless you. And, of course, the Crimson Storm getting ready to take on the Mule Riders in the Great American Conference Tournament Championship. So we're about to wrap things up here from Bentonville. I encourage you, tune in for this a little bit later on today. First pitch scheduled for noon Central Daylight Time from Bentonville, Arkansas, the Tiger Athletic Complex right behind me. It's always a great place to come and watch a game. I'm probably, if I'm going to be outside too much more, I need to put some sunscreen on here to take care of that. But we're so happy to have the sun coming out today, and I believe we're going to get this game in before the rain comes. So shout out, by the way, to not only our sponsor for today, again, Midwest Sports Saturday, presented by Elite Medical Billing Specialists. We appreciate Chris and Edie and their entire staff, and thankful for them sponsoring today's broadcast. But also a shout out to the Great American Conference Sports Network crew, all the people who are part of it. Of course, Keith Brown, cameraman extraordinaire, who's helped me a little bit today, and I'd love to have him on camera, but I'm looking at him right now. He's not going to come on camera, so that's all right. But a shout out to Keith Brown, to Nathan Johnson, and to Tamara Brown as well. Everybody in the truck that's made sure this broadcast has gotten away and gotten out smoothly. I appreciate them. So thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, be a part of what's going on here at Midwest Sports Net. You can become a member too. Thank you for watching, and tune in. GAC Athletics, YouTube.com will be there, and we will come to you live next Saturday from Little Rock, Arkansas. In the meantime, God bless you all. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.